Kendall, obviously everybody talks about getting the ball inside, but what kind of potential do you guys have as a three-point shooting team when you shoot the way you did in the first half?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for us is just, being ready on the catch as far as playing off of, AJ, Biggie and Isaac. So I think throwing the ball to them and feeding off of what they're going to do and, kind of reading the defense is going to be big for us. I think we just got to be ready to knock it down.
Isaac, just talk about that first half. 20 of your guys' 28 shot attempts were from three. Talk about from you with how they're packing them inside, trying to find these guys outside and find open shots.
Of course, like you said, they were congesting the inside, but, I was doing my role. I was, keeping them occupied while opening up shots for my teammates. And, that for me was pretty satisfying to see those threes fall and see those jumpers fall for Vince and Kendall and everyone else that was shooting them. So I felt like, if we can just keep doing that against teams that are going to pack it in against us, then we're going to be fine this year.
Kendall, when you come out and you see a team you guys have talked about this, how many zones you're going to see this year. When you actually come out and see it now in competition as a shooter, what does that look like when a team is just kind of locked in on a zone for a long period of time like that and just sort of daring you guys to shoot?
Yeah, that's exactly what they was doing. They really just said, we're not going to, let you guys shoot layups. We're going to make you beat us from outside. So when that happens, you just got to really make a conscious effort, just getting out on the break and transition, being ready to shoot, as well as when the ball was getting inside, there was doubling really quick. So kind of getting to your spots, getting to the open spots on the perimeter and just getting ready to shoot.
Vince, do you expect that to kind of be what you see a lot this year because of the concentration and strength you guys have down low? Do you expect to see that sort of defense?
Most definitely. The way they were doing it, not that way, but guys would cheat in, but they won't cheat as bad as they did. They basically were saying, forget our perimeter guys, like you guys can have the shots. So, once we get down in the season and we play other teams, I don't think they'll do exactly what they did, but it'll be something very similar.
For both of you guys, hitting that first three-point shot, over the first 5 minutes, it was kind of slow. When Kendall hit the first couple, it seemed to get everyone going. How important is it to get off to a fast start when you do see a zone?
We like you said, we didn't make threes for the first 5 minutes, and we started the game with like 2 or 3 turnovers. So that's something we can't do. But just to see a shot go in, even if it's not your shot, it gives you confidence. So everybody missed one until Kendall finally hit one. I think just Kendall being able to come in and come right off the bench and being able to hit a three is huge for us. Having a shooter like Kendall is without a doubt one of the best shooters in the Big Ten.
Kendall?
I think just with this team, man, everyone, when you can just look at the stat sheet, we got 6 people all damn near the same point total. So I think I think just with this team, man, when we see somebody else make a basket, it's like us making a basket. So, we got great chemistry, and, we definitely feed off of each other, especially, it's good to get Klein going. He had a rough exhibition game, and he wanted to play better. So, having a couple shots go down was big for us.
I think there's a stretch there tonight where, and this has kind of been, I guess, talked about, but I think Kendall and Matthias, and maybe I don't know if it was you, or maybe Ryan Klein at one point, you were getting 3 shooters on the floor at one time. So how does Dakota being able to kind of play point now for you guys even kind of change that dynamic even more, where you can get even more shooters on the floor?
I feel like it draws them out more because they can't leave 3 excellent shooters outside. You got one of the best shooters coming into college right now, playing as the wing. You got one of the best shooters in the Big Ten. Then you got Dakota Matthias, who can be a point and a shooting guard at the same time. You have to extend out, or else we're going to start knocking down threes. And not to mention, it opened it up for me and Biggie, me and Jaquil, Vince. It opened up for everybody. So I think if we can just keep shooters on the outside that are hitting like they did today, even though it was kind of slow starting, it's going to be a great year. That's for sure.
Isaac, now that your wrist is better, what's the biggest difference in your foul shooting? I guess form or just how you're doing it?
I guess it's shooting out. I had a problem shooting flat, actually. That was my biggest issue, in not getting enough legs into my shot. I was just kind of real stiff, and I was kind of going with 2 motions. I would get up to the top and then just shoot the ball with all wrists, and it wasn't helping my shot at all. And I worked a lot with Coach G over the summer and Coach Brantley, and I owe a lot of credit to them to coach me through the process, and it's definitely helped me out in practice as well, not having to run as much, and out on the court helping get those extra points. So.
Vince, what did you like that you guys did defensively tonight? They took a lot of ugly shots.
Well, with a team like North Carolina A&T, we watched a lot of film on those guys, and they like to use the bounce a lot. So when we guarded their action, we know they would just go to one-on-one. So I think we just did a really good job of containing the dribble and helping each other. To play a team like that is good to get with them because they like to go one-on-one, as I said. So when you get down like Big Ten or later in the season, guys get the shot clock plays, and I think we did a really good job on that. We know we forced a couple of shot clocks, and we just forced them all the way down through the shot clock. So I just really liked our defense when it broke down and it was time to guard one-on-one. I think guys did it, guys stepped up, and we did a really good job helping each other.
Rob and then Brian. Yeah, Vince, this could be for any of you guys, but I'll ask it to you, Vince. When you play quick turnaround in 2 days, obviously you get to do that in the Big Ten tournament, you get to play multiple days in a row, but is there any difference doing that early in the season when you're still trying to implement what you're trying to work on?
No, I mean, you just got to keep the same focus. You know, these guys right here with me, they know, we got guys in the locker room that's returners that know, so we just got to teach the young guys. I mean, they know they're a very mature group, you just got to get focused, you can talk about tonight, dwell on tonight, what you did wrong, what you did right, but once tomorrow comes, you have to change your focus on what's Vermont for us, and just get in and watch film and then prepare for them and then let this game go.
It's through 2 games now, or through this game in the exhibition, and 52 assists, 52 assists on 57 field goals. Just how would you assess the way you guys are passing the basketball right now?
Oh man, it's just tremendous. Guys are doing a good job. Like I said, this team is unselfish. We sacrifice for each other, and everybody just wants to win. And I think that's going to make good for us when we get down in the long run. Sometimes it can hurt us. Guys get overpassive, but guys want to make the right play and make the extra pass just to get that assist and see our teammates get their shots. So I mean, guys just being unselfish and finding each other and just playing with each other. It really shows our chemistry on the court.
Your team had so many looks from 3 in the first half, and with the way this team's constructed, do you want a lot of bulk 3-point shooting? But of course, the defense dictated what you had to do.
No question.
Kind of a question.
It really dictated what. When I thought to start the game, I thought we rushed some things. Some guys with some air balls, some shots, ricochet off the backboard. And, just trying to come out and hit a home run. You just have to take good shots and get into rhythm. And then once we did get good shots, we didn't make them. And so, but yeah, we have to be more patient and be able to probe the defense a little bit better. But they were going to force us to make some shots and take away our interior game. I thought they did a good job. It was a good game plan. They just couldn't get anything going from an offensive standpoint.
Coach, is this something, a defense that is it good to see this already? Because do you feel like this is a defense you're going to be seeing this type of style all year?
Oh, I think so. They mixed it up and they showed their matchup look, and they would be in man at times. They would switch out and out of bounds play. I thought they did a really good job. We just have to show patience. When we showed patience, Kendall came in and got us going a little bit, made a couple shots, but after the first 4 or 5 minutes, we got some really good looks. But it was a good game, for us because they simply forced us to be able to make some plays from the perimeter.
As you mentioned, Kendall coming in and shooting well, and as you have things constructed right now, some of your best shooters are guys coming in off the bench.
Right.
Were you concerned at all about that, about guys having to come in maybe a little cold and then hit right away? And it's not, you can't guarantee it, but that helps.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We have, the way they've constructed it. Vince Edwards and Raphael Davis have earned the right to start. They've been more productive than the other guys. Swanigan's been pretty good. We've had 2 inter-squad games, an exhibition game, a scrimmage versus Dayton. In this game, he's got a double-double in every one of them. So he's been pretty good. And I thought Haas has played really well too. So those guys have really, done a good job of putting themselves in a position, but doesn't give us the healthy diet of inside-outside play sometimes. It does when we sub. But those guys can rebound, those guys can defend. Talking about Vince and Raphael, and they can make plays. They're good players. So, but we have to find a balance there. And I think that's what you have non-conference games for. That's what you have early games for, trying to figure out even though it could be the right thing for us on an offensive standpoint, the big picture of things, you know, it might not be, but it could. So we just gotta keep kind of paying attention to things and seeing how each group plays together.
Is there any insight on AJ playing?
No, it's same as before, status is the same.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about Swanigan. Does it surprise you how well he's doing this quickly? I mean, double-double his first 15, double-double almost every time he's been doing in exhibitions and stuff.
No, not at all. He's a good player. He plays hard. You know, he's got a good skill set. He puts in a lot of time, a lot of effort. He wants to win. So his number one strength is that, you know, his ability to rebound, his effort. By nature, he passes. You know, he didn't get a lot of assists today, but there's a handful of passes he made that we just simply missed shots. So he's going to get, once he feels more comfortable and he understands our stuff a little bit better. We've thrown a lot at him, and he's got to know from a couple different spots. You know, right as we are able to do that, and then people play us straight up. You know, I think he'll play better. I think he'll score more too. I really believe that once he kind of learns when to go and not to go. Sometimes he turns his back in traffic, and you can't do that. He's got to learn when he can turn his back and play, when he can stay faced up. That's just kind of morphing into a four-man. He's been a five-man his whole career. Now he's a traditional power forward. And so just taking those open jump shots, being able to drive the ball a little bit, it's tough. You know, it's tough when your body's changed so much and now your position's changed. But I think he'll continue to get better, and I think he'll continue to improve.
I know you viewed the point guards as pretty much interchangeable, but what got Johnny the nod in terms of starting?
Really, no, they both deserve to start. Well, I thought they both did good things, and you know, we went with Johnny. You know, he's given us a lot of energy. You know, he really lays it on the line, plays hard every day. I thought PJ's been solid for us, has done some good things. It was a little bit of a flip today. I thought PJ did some good things and made some really good passes, and he has 0 assists. You know, you can't shoot it for him too. You know, and then Johnny had a lot of assists, and that was kind of the way it was in the exhibition game. You know, PJ had a lot of assists and Johnny didn't, but you know, that happens. I think they're both making good decisions and doing good things for us.
Just a quick turnaround. Obviously, you do that at the end of the season, in the postseason, and you kind of know your opponents a little better. But now you don't even have 48 hours because you have the afternoon tip-off. What's that like early in the season?
Well, I think it's good for us. You know, it's obviously when you don't know much about your opponents, they don't know much about you either. You know, so it works both ways. You just have to go out and be able to do a one-day scouting report and adjust to a different style. But if you play hard and do the little things, they probably got to adjust more to you than you do to them. But it's going to be a contrast, really, when we start to play, because people are smaller than us, and so we have to be able to guard them, and people now have to do some things that maybe they don't traditionally do, and how they guard us. So it's, you know, kind of like a card game. You know, it just depends on how it flips.
I know things eventually got lopsided, but what did you like about what you saw defensively, and especially considering you don't have AJ who's winning?
Right. Well, I thought we did some good things in communicating and some of their action and switching, and help side defense was a lot better than it was the other day in the exhibition game. So we just have to continue to understand what the opponent's doing, what they're trying to do, and be in a stance and communicate and help each other out.
Last one, Brian.
Just the way the scoring was dispersed, you have 6 guys in double figures and you don't have your leading scorer from last year. Do you kind of see that being the way this is going to play out this year offensively? It's just a lot of guys chipping in 12, 13 points.
Yeah, well, I can't see, you know, 10 guys once he comes back. I can't see 10 guys playing those kind of minutes all the time. So I think that's going to be the difference in kind of how games unfold. You know, he helps us because he can pass the ball in the high post too. You know, he can shoot that shot right there. And so then people have to come out and guard him, you know, while Biggie's down there and vice versa. And so it really helps us in terms of our high-low passing and doing some different things. But, you know, it's good to have those kind of weapons. It's good to bring somebody like Kendall Stephens and Ryan Klein and Dakota Mathias, you know, off the bench for you. Some guys that can really shoot, and then to have somebody like him, you know, because you know, you bring a guy like that off the bench, it's all confidence. So we have some weapons right there. It's a good problem to have. You know, everybody's going to have to sacrifice for our team to win. It's just the way it's going to be. Not everybody's going to be able to play major minutes every single night, and you got to keep a good attitude about it, and you know, go out there and cheer for your team.